Here we go. Big video today. Big message. Very important. Been thinking about this one a lot. And I just kind of realized very recently that I have not put this on video. So if I were to die today, then this part of my philosophical legacy would get lost. And I don't want that. So please take the time to listen and pay attention to what I'm about to convey or try to convey to you. I'm turning 34 in about a week. We are currently in the last days of April 2022, and as you can imagine, me being in my early 30s, I have been obsessed with the topic of purpose. What is time well spent? What does it mean to have a good purpose? What is a good way to just spend your days, basically? Like, this has been on my mind 24/7, and I'm about to tell you the things that I realized, being that most people, especially in this day and age, are just completely lost. We don't know anymore. We just don't know anymore what it means to be successful, what it means to be happy. And it's harder than ever because we are drowning in an ocean of options. And normality is just not good enough anymore. So a lot of people are constantly second guessing. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Should I be doing something else? You know, have I missed my calling? And I have figured out through self-exploration and by paying attention to the people around me, by paying attention to social media, that society right now as it stands rewards two things. And forgive me, ladies, because this is going to be oriented towards men, as I am a man, so I wouldn't dare to proclaim that I know what it's like to be a woman, so this is all coming from the male perspective. If you're a man in this day and age, two things are universally rewarded and deemed as useful, constructive, positive, admirable, and even as some type of success, right? The first one actually transcends sex. So it's not just for men, this also applies to women. And that first one is travel. Travel. So many people don't know what to do, don't know what to study, don't know which type of career they want to pursue, don't know who they want to be with, don't know if they want to have kids or not, don't know if they want to settle down where they were born or raised, or if they want to become a digital nomad. And for those, travel has become the escape. And I've been doing this for years myself. For many years, I did not know what the hell I was doing. And the easiest way for me to escape that feeling was to just travel. Why is that? Because if you're traveling and subsequently sharing your travels on social media, society is going to reward you in the form of positive feedback. Everyone is going to tell you, wow, I wish I could do that. Wow, that's amazing that you get an opportunity to do that. Or, oh, I'm so jealous. We just, like, if you're traveling, it feels like the whole world wants to be you. Like, I remember traveling backpacking through Colombia for 3 months and coming back to Belgium, my hometown, and people with successful multi-million businesses telling me, like, you know what? I'm actually jealous of you. I wish I had your life. I wish I was doing what you're doing. Like, you're the real winner. Like, yeah, I got a nice car and I got millions in the bank, but I'm slaving away every day. I'm, a slave to capitalism and the system. Like, you're out there free traveling. And it's like, all right, well, I guess. And at the time, I definitely agreed with that, and that was a big reason why I kept traveling. But at this point in time, I can only conclude that traveling is nothing but a beautiful waste of time. At least at a certain point. If you have never traveled before, travel is extremely useful, and it will enlighten you, and it will broaden your perspective, and it will make you a wiser, more intelligent person, and it'll improve you. It'll make you grow. But, and this is a very big but, there is a very definite point of diminishing returns, meaning that once you've traveled to about 3 or 4 different continents, once you've been to the States, once you've been to Asia, once you've been to South America, once you've been to Scandinavia and Europe, like, you kind of know what's up. And if you pay attention, you will realize that people are people no matter where you go. It's just a different wrapper, it's a different packaging, it's different marketing. But it's the same shit everywhere you go. It's about money, it's about status, and it's about sex. Period. Alright? And the people that want to come in here and act like, oh, you're ignorant because there's cultures in Southeast Asia where it's all about respect and spirituality. No, it ain't. That's a lie, alright? They're doing the same shit, just in a different format. Okay? And if you haven't realized that yet, then, well, I guess you don't really pay attention to what happens around you, but I can wholeheartedly speak my truth today and tell you that I don't have a single doubt about what I just said. It's the same wherever you go, and I have been guilty so many times of going somewhere else and putting on my pink colored lenses and glorifying the culture that I was visiting. Like, oh, look at them, like they ain't got no money, they don't have no health care, but they're happier than us. Yeah, well, not really, like if you stay long enough, you start getting hip to the fact that they're getting by like everyone else. So that's the first thing. Like, if you want to dedicate your life to travel, you're gonna end up just wasting your time checking boxes, checking countries, checking temples, checking wonders of the world, and you're gonna have some exciting highlights and you're gonna have some great stories to tell, but it's not gonna make you whole. And in the end, like, what will have been your purpose? What was the reason for you to even have been here in the first place? And I learned that, and that's one main thing that I learned recently. And I never thought I'd see the day where I would say that, because my solution to any problem would just be like, travel, like that'll fix it. But at some point, it doesn't. And if you tried to tell 30-year-old me this, I would laugh in your face. So you can go ahead and laugh in my face right now, or leave a nasty comment. That's fine. I'm just telling you what I know now. Alright? And just because society has developed this travel fetish where it somehow seems to correlate with spirituality and growth and wisdom, like, again though, if you haven't traveled yet, or if you haven't traveled a lot, you definitely should travel. I'm just here speaking to the people that have already been all over and that still are just focused on that specifically. And then the second thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was just, as a man, sex. getting laid, hooking up with women. Like, again, society will reward this. Whether we like it or not, it still is what it is. If there's a man who is getting laid a lot, who's hooking up a lot, who's got a lot of stuff going on in the dating department, other men will naturally gravitate towards him, show him the respect. They might even be like, like he's not particularly a smart guy or he's not particularly this or that, but they'll still have like some weird animalistic, deep-rooted like respect for the alpha male. Like, it's a real thing. Like, I still see it all the time, everywhere I go. If you spend your weekend conquering someone, hooking up with someone, that is deemed useful, that is deemed productive, that is deemed positive. And it's the same thing as travel. Yes, if you're not getting laid, if you're not having sex, it can absolutely change your life, and it will. And those first couple of times will feel like cocaine. Alright? So if you haven't achieved that yet, you should definitely try to achieve that as a man. In order for you to fully unlock your energy, your power, your self-belief, your ego, you gotta get laid. True. Same as travel, there is a very hard point of diminishing returns. Once you've slept with X amount of people, it just doesn't hit the same. Alright? You're gonna get used to it, and once again, you're gonna find yourself asking, what the hell is my purpose? Like, what am I doing? And I'm here to tell you that, like, those things will not fulfill you. The sooner you learn that, the better. The sooner you learn that, the better. I'm already in a phase of life right now where I took a certain path. I didn't go for the high school sweetheart. I didn't go for the local career. But I have a lot of friends that did. And I have a lot of friends that decided to get married with the person they met in their early 20s. And that's something else I want to say about that. And rationally speaking, it's not really the wisest decision to settle with someone in your or their early 20s, because that person is about to go such a vast transformation in the 10 years. The difference between someone who's 24 and 34 in terms of personal development and growth is so incredibly big compared to a person from 34 to 44. By the time you hit your early 30s, you kind of know who you are. Like, you do. You've got it figured out. You know who you are. People in their 20s are basically kids. Children. The only difference is we have driver's licenses, we've got degrees, we've got full-time jobs now, some of us got kids, so we feel like an adult. And we talk like an adult. And we tuck our shirt in our pants, and we wear leather shoes, and we straighten our backs, and we drink red wine now. But we're all kids. People in their 20s are kids. Alright? We don't really slow down and become mature until we hit 30. So, if you can, ideally, try to wait until you hit your early 30s to really settle down with someone. Now, I know, like, this is not easy in terms of practical advice. So, if you have a beautiful relationship and you started dating at 25, hey, don't go messing that up because you watched this video. I'm just speaking in general, what I learned and what I see, and when I see a lot of struggles of people around me in my immediate environment. I see a lot of people having, breaking up, getting divorced. and they tell you like, I don't really know, that's not the person that I fell in love with. Like, I hear that all the time. So I just wanted to talk about that as well. Especially if you're a late bloomer with these things, it's a positive. Take your time. Like, take your time. Okay? Okay. I think I'm done with this video. I don't want to ramble on too much. So you're about 15 minutes in, so I'm going to wrap it up. Guys, hope you appreciated the video. Make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, but if you're still here, I'm assuming you have. That's it. I'll be back with more content soon. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe.